So first of all, homage to Buddha, the Enlightened One. Gratitude to the Sangha for preserving and propagating the Dhamma. Gratefulness to the devotees and donors for supporting the Sangha. Most venerable monks present here. Dear meritorious Upasaks, Upasikas, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. You all have come here for the Dhamma discourse as usual on Sunday. And Buddha has given 6 qualities of Dhamma, of which one is Ehipassiko. So we'll try to understand Dhamma through this Ehipassiko. That means come and see. So one of the qualities of Buddha's Dhamma is to come and see, not to come and believe. Normally when it comes to religion or faith, you find people saying that you have to believe. If you believe, then only you will experience, then only you will gain. So the first condition is to believe. If you believe, then only you will get the result. If you believe, then only you will get what you want. This is how normally we are told when it comes to any religion or most of the religions. But here is a Buddha who doesn't say come and believe. He says come and see. Now why does he say come and see? Why not come and believe? Because according to Buddha's teaching, what you see, that you believe. When you see something, when you understand something, when you experience something, then you believe. So, belief should be the after effect of your seeing, understanding. It cannot be a precondition to your experience, to your understanding. For example, let us say you have a Buddha statue here. If I have to show you this Buddha statue, what do I say? I will say, come and see, here is the Buddha statue. Isn't it? I won't say, come and believe, here is a Buddha statue. Why? Why don't I say, come and believe, here is a Buddha statue? And why do I say, come and see, here is the Buddha statue? Because Buddha statue is there, you can see it, therefore I have to just tell, come and see, here is a Buddha statue. That's all. Yes, if the Buddha statue is not here, then what I have to tell? Come and believe, here is a Buddha statue. So most of the times this term believe is used only when the thing is not there, or it is not visible, or you cannot understand it, or you cannot experience it. Then only one has to say, believe it, believe it, believe it. But if you can see something, if you can understand something, if you can experience something, where is the need to tell believe? You have to just tell come and see, come and understand, come and experience. That's it. So once you see here is a Buddha statue, with your own eyes, you experience, yes, here is a Buddha statue. And then when you go out, and someone says, hey, people are telling that there's a Buddha statue. Is it true? And then you say, yes, there is Buddha statue. Oh, do you believe there is a Buddha statue? And he says, yes, I believe. How? Because I have seen with my own eyes. Now this person is telling, I believe there is a Buddha statue. Why? Because I have seen with my own eyes. That means belief is an after effect of your seeing. Or belief should be an after effect of your seeing, after effect of your understanding, after effect of your experience. Belief cannot be a precondition to your understanding, to your seeing, to your experiencing. If you're seeing, you see and believe, yes, that belief is a right belief. But you have not seen, you have not understood, you have not experienced. And yet if you say, I believe, then that belief is not a belief, it is a blind belief. So this is how you have to differentiate between what is belief and what is blind belief. Belief is something which should come out of your experience, out of your understanding, out of your seeing. Then that belief is a right belief. But if you believe something, you have belief in something which you have not seen, which you have not understood, which you have not experienced, then that belief is a blind belief. So this is how we have to understand and accept things. So therefore Buddha says, always analyze it, rationalize it, differentiate it, and then accept it. And accepting it also is not enough. After accepting it, you have to put it into practice. Experience it. Then, after experience what you get, belief, that belief is not just belief, it is confidence. That is true faith. That is true confidence. That is true belief. So how many things we believe in life, and to what extent have we understood that? Have we seen that? Have we experienced that? And yet we say we believe it. So therefore, straightaway accepting or rejecting is not the right attitude. Whether you accept or reject, before that you have to go through a certain process. What is that process? The process of seeing, the process of understanding, and the process of experiencing. After that only you can say, yes, I believe it, or I do not believe it. So therefore, Buddha has defined Dhamma. What he says about Dhamma? Dhare teti Dhamma. That which is worthy of practicing, by which it is beneficial to you and also beneficial to others, then that is Dhamma. Dhare teti Dhamma. That which is worthy of practicing, by which, and what is worthy of practicing? It should be beneficial to oneself and also beneficial to others. So what is beneficial to oneself and beneficial to others? To start with, in the beginning, Buddha says these 5 precepts, Panchasila as we call it, they are something which is beneficial to oneself and beneficial to others. We call it moral precepts or morality. So what are these 5 moral precepts? To abstain from killing, to abstain from stealing, to abstain from sexual misconduct, to abstain from false speech, and to abstain from all kinds of intoxicants. These are the 5 precepts. Now again, these are 5 precepts. They are not commandments, right? Commandments means you threaten. If you don't do it, then I'll do this, you'll be put into the hell. There's no policing job as such in precepts. Precepts are what? Precepts are self-imposed discipline by the self to the self. So it is a self-imposed discipline. You should understand, you should appreciate, and if you appreciate, then you yourself have to put it into practice. There is no one there to do policing job for you. Buddha is not going to do a policing job for you. Nor the Sangha is going to do policing job for you. They can only make you understand, make you appreciate the advantages of following the precepts. That's all. So these moral precepts are the foundation for our peace and happiness. Because everyone seeks peace and happiness. And if someone is not having peace and happiness in life, in family, in society, in nation, what is the cause for it? The cause for it is because people are not following the 5 precepts. If the family, if society are not happy, not peaceful, not safe, what is the reason? The reason is either there's killing going on, stealing, or sexual misconduct, or false speech, or intoxicants are being taken. Therefore, there is no peace and happiness, no safety and security. If everyone follows 5 precepts, is there anything to say that there is no peace? Is there anything to say there is no safety? Because all are educated. All are earning their livelihood. There is a police to take care of security. Yet, people are not secured. Why? When you have all kind of security systems, nowadays CC cameras, the police department, the paramilitary, the military, yet you are not secured. Why? Because you know the people around you are not following the 5 precepts. They are not following morality. So this morality is very much important. All the problems are because of lack of morality. And why do you need morality? Because where there is morality, there is sense of responsibility. You say people don't have sense of responsibility. No constitutional responsibility, no social responsibility, no religious responsibility. People have become irresponsible. So what is that irresponsibility? Or what is responsibility? That sense of responsibility you get through these following 5 precepts. So how do a person who follows 5 precepts, how does he think? He thinks in this way. If someone kills me, I won't feel happy, I suffer, and my near and dear, they also suffer. So therefore, when I don't like someone killing me or my near and dear, therefore, I should also not kill others. This is the sense of responsibility. Similarly, I don't like anyone stealing my things or stealing something of my near and dear. And therefore, I should also not steal things of others. This is the sense of responsibility. I don't like anyone committing sexual misconduct with my near and dear. Therefore, I should also not commit sexual misconduct with others. This is sense of responsibility. I don't like anyone speaking lies or abusing me and deceiving me. Therefore, I should also not speak lies to others, deceive others, or abuse others. I don't like people taking intoxicant and create all havoc and situation where I feel uncomfortable. Therefore, I should also not take intoxicants and create uncomfortable to others. So this kind of sense of responsibility, where it comes from these 5 precepts, from morality. So where there is sense of morality, there is sense of responsibility. And where there is sense of responsibility, there is payback to society. Such a person paybacks to society. He works for the society, for the welfare of the society. But if someone does not follow morality, that means if there is immorality, then there is sense of irresponsibility. And when there is sense of irresponsibility, there is no payback to society. So therefore, the foundation for peace, we keep on talking peace, so many conferences, so many articles being written, but how many are interested to implement on these precepts which can really bring peace? If you want to bring peace in a family, in a society, or in a nation, or in the world, just implement these 5 precepts. That's all. So simple and straightforward. We are not focusing on implementing these 5 precepts, and rest of the all discussions, all conferences, negotiations, MOUs, all things we are doing. But how many are trying to follow the 5 precepts? So that means we are not practical. We are just theoretical. And some people say, no, morality is good, 5 precepts are good. But nowadays it is very difficult. You see, this cannot be practiced. So is it difficult? Really difficult? Because what you say difficult, some other people are already practicing. They won't say it is difficult. So why the same 5 precept is okay for someone, they are practicing, and for others it is difficult? Why is it so? Like for example, let us say, you might have seen, nowadays it's not there, but in childhood we used to see there was a circus. A girl would be walking on a rope, right? Balancing very well. The people who used to see, they used to get very much frightened. Oh, what may happen when she will fall? And there were some old people who got heart attack and died there while observing or seeing that girl walking on the rope in a circus. Now, why is it so? The very girl who is walking on the rope, she is not uncomfortable, she is not frightened. She is walking normally. She is not getting heart attack. And the person sitting down there and watching, he is getting heart attack and dying. Why is it so? That is because the girl who is walking on the rope, she's practiced a lot. She's trained herself in that. And therefore she is confident, comfortable, no fear, nothing. But the person who is sitting down, he has never practiced it. He has never trained in that. Therefore, he is so much frightened. So that means, if someone says, this particular thing is easy for me, that only means that he has trained himself in that. He has practiced that. He is accustomed to that. Therefore, it's easy. And if someone says it is very difficult, it only means that that person has not trained in that line. He has not practiced it. Therefore, he is not comfortable in that. So similarly, these 5 precepts, they are neither easy in itself, nor they are difficult in itself. Not only precepts, you take anything in life, nothing in this world is easy in itself or hard in itself. Like you may see someone saying, oh, mathematics is very hard, science is very hard. But that very subjects others are passing. For them it is very easy. Why? Because they have worked hard on it. They have practiced it. They have trained in it. And now they are comfortable with it. And the person who has not studied, not worked hard, for him it always remains difficult. So whether it be moral precepts or anything in life, one thing we should understand, that nothing in this world is difficult in itself nor easy in itself. It becomes difficult and remains difficult as long as you don't practice it, you don't train yourself in it. And a particular thing becomes easy for you because you're trained in it, you have practiced it, you are accustomed to it. So similarly, these 5 precepts are not easy or difficult in itself. It all depends upon how far you're trained in yourself in those lines, how far you have practiced it. Some people say, oh, 5 precepts, 1 or 2 is okay, but 5 precepts, how I can practice? Like for example, let us take, someone comes to the Vihara, and I want to send him to the market to buy something. So I says, here are the car keys, you take this, go to the market and buy some things for the Vihara. He says, no, Bhanteji, it is very difficult. I can't drive. And I say, why? What is the problem? After all, it's a machine. Here is a key. It is very easy. Drive it. And he says, no, Bhanteji, it is very difficult. And I say, why it is very difficult? And he says, no, Bhanteji, in driving, 5 things we have to do at a time. Therefore, it is very difficult. And I say to him, what is that 5 things you have to do at a time? What 5 things? Then he says, Bhanteji, to drive a car, 5 things we have to do at a time. And what is that? 1 leg I have to put it on the brake, 1 leg on the accelerator, 1 hand on the gear, 1 hand on the steering, and my eyes on the roads. So these 5 things to do at a time is a very difficult task. Therefore, I am telling it is very difficult, it is not possible for me. So I tell him, okay, you do one thing. You join a driving school. Yeah. Within a month or so, you'll get a learning license. And once you get a learning license, then you try to drive in the open ground. And once you're comfortable, confident, then drive in an area where there is less traffic. And once you're comfortable there, then you drive in a heavy traffic. And like this, you train yourself, and maybe in 6 months or 1 year, you will become perfect. There's nothing to fear. It is actually not difficult. So that person joins a driving school, gets a learning license. After that, he tries to drive in an open ground. And then when there is less traffic, and then where there is heavy traffic. And practicing like this within 6 months or 1 year, he becomes very perfect. Now that very person is doing all the 5 things at a time now, driving the car with 1 leg on the brake, 1 leg on the accelerator, and 1 hand on the gear, 1 hand on the steering, and eyes on the road. Now those very 5 things he's doing at a time. Not only 5 things, he does a 6th thing also. What is that? That is, while driving, he speaks on the phone also, isn't it? Now, which driving school teaches you how to speak on the phone while driving? Does any driving school teach you? No. Then how come he does that? Because by training himself, he has so become perfect that not only 5 things, 6th thing also he can do. And then he can talk to someone sitting behind. Now he can do more than 5 things at a time. And he is comfortable. Why? Because he has trained himself so much. So therefore, training regularly, continuously, that is more important. So when you train yourself, when you practice it regularly, then every difficult thing becomes easy. And if you don't practice at all, don't train yourself regularly, then even the easy things will remain difficult for you. So therefore, don't give an excuse that moral precepts are very difficult, therefore we cannot practice. If you go on giving excuses, you will never become a moral person. And nowadays it has become a habit. People want to justify for everything. We say, should not drink. No, what to do? Now when there's a party, we have to drink. Relatives comes, we have to do. Some celebration is there, we have to drink. That means we want to justify that why drinking is important. So as long you justify things, you cannot rectify things. So stop justifying wrong things. Instead of justifying, you have to rectify those things. So therefore, these moral precepts also, all this insafety, insecurity, not having faith on each other, not having confidence on each other, not believing each other. Why? What's the problem? Nowadays, one brother does not believe in another brother. Parents cannot believe their children. Neighbor cannot believe the other neighbor. Why? After all are educated, well-to-do, earning their own livelihood, and yet we don't believe on each other. What for? What is that we are lacking? If one is not believing other, or if you are not believing on each other, that means there is something lacking in 5 precepts. Lack of morality. For that also, let us say you have 2 neighbors, right? One neighbor is a person who belongs to your own village, your own mother tongue, your own religion, your own caste, your own relative, right? But he does not practice 5 precepts. And there is another neighbor who does not belong to your religion, your caste, your language, not your relative, but he strictly follows 5 precepts, right? Now it so happens one day that his wife and children had gone out to attend some function. He is alone at home, and suddenly he receives a phone call from a friend saying that one of his friend has got a heart attack and he has been admitted in the hospital and ICU. You should come immediately. Now what he should do? Now he immediately has to lock his home, but then he cannot take the keys with him because his wife and children may come. Then there should be someone to open the lock, and these keys should be given to someone. So now these keys, whom he will give? Tell me. Or if you yourself are there, this key, whom you will give? The person who's your relative, same religion, same caste, same language, own blood relative, but he does not follow 5 precepts at all. Will you give these keys to him? No, not at all. And there is another neighbor who does not belong to your religion, your caste, your language, nor your relative, but he strictly follows 5 precepts. Will you give these keys to him? Definitely will give. So see, when it comes to believing, what is the criteria? Is your blood relation? Is your religion? No. This faith comes from morality. We can believe each other when we are moral. That faith automatically comes. You don't require rocket science for that. Immediately you think, oh, I have to give this keys. This person does not follow 5 precepts. Though he is my relative, my blood, but I cannot give it to him. I cannot believe him. The other person, he is not my relative, not my religion, but he strictly follows 5 precepts. Okay, let me give these keys to him. Then you give the keys and tell, if my wife, children come, please give these keys to them. I have an urgent job to do. So see how it works. So today, if we are not having faith in each other, it is not because we belong to different religion, different caste, different language, different region. No, that is not the actual reason. We don't believe each other, we don't have faith in each other because somewhere we lack in morality. That's why we don't believe each other. That's why we don't have faith on each other. So it is not because lack of not having any religion or any faith or no. It is because lack of moral precepts. So if you want to gain confidence of each other, faith of each other, we say viswasa of each other, then you have to be a moral person. 5 precepts. This morality brings that confidence, that faith. Buddha has said, Viswasa Paramanyati. Buddha says, Viswasa, on whom you can have confidence. Vishwasa. Paramanyati. He is your foremost relative. Buddha did not say, one who belongs to your religion is a Paramanyati, one who belongs to your caste is a Paramanyati, one who is a blood relation, he is a Paramanyati. Did Buddha say? No. Vishwasa Paramanyati. On whom you can have confidence, on whom you can have faith, on whom you can believe. He is your foremost relative. And whom you can believe, on whom you can have faith, on whom you can have confidence, when you know that this person is a moral person. This person follows 5 precepts. Then automatically you gain faith. Whatever may be his religion, whatever may be his language, region, doesn't matter at all. You automatically get faith on him, respect for him. But if that person does not follow any morals, no morality, even though he may be your own relative, blood relation, but you don't have faith on him. You don't have respect for him. So today we lack that sense of confidence. Is not because of people are not educated or well-to-do, because we know that we lack in moral precepts. And the whole quarrel is going on because of lack of morals. Brother is fighting with brother, wife is fighting with husband, parents, children, neighbors and neighbors. Everyone is fighting. Why? They don't have food, they don't have education, they are not well-to-do? No. Yet they are fighting. Why? Because no morals. That's why there's a famous saying, where there are no morals, they are bound to be quarrels. Where there are no morals, they are bound to be quarrels, whether it be within the family, within the society, or within the nation. If there is a quarrel, that means there are no morals. So if really we want to be happy, if we want to be peaceful, if you want safety, security, then you yourself should be moral and inspire and encourage others to be moral. That is the only way we can lead a peaceful, happy, safe, and secured life. You cannot say, oh, there is a police, so I am safe and secured. Oh, there is paramilitary, there is CC camera, so I am safe and secured. With all these things, yet you are not safe. With CC camera, with police department, with paramilitary force, are you safe? Why? Because we know even the police people are not moral. The system is not moral. The place where you go to take justice, they are not moral. So whatever security systems you may have, whatever protection forces you may have, if they are not moral, there is no way to have any kind of sense of security. So if we really want to have that sense of security, safety, if you want to really lead a life which is peaceful, secured, the only way is to be moral and make others moral. That is we call Panchasila, 5 precepts. And that is why Buddha has said, Silena sugatim yanti, silena bhoga sampada, silena nibbhutim yanti, tasma silam visode. Buddha is telling, silena sugatim yanti. It is through morality that you will gain progress. Silena bhoga sampada, even the so-called prosperity, you will get through sila, morality. Silena nibbhutim yanti, even the ultimate bliss of nirvana, you can get through sila, morality. And therefore, every program that we start with Trisarana and Panchashila. Panchashila, this is the foundation. If there is no sila, whatever education you may have, it is of no use. Today all are educated. The biggest crimes, corruption, is being done by the educated people. Uneducated may do small crimes. The biggest crimes are being done by the educated, learned people. That's why Dr. Ambedkar has rightly said, an educated man without character is much more dangerous than a wild beast. What he says? An educated man without character is much more dangerous than a wild beast. And that we are seeing. A person, if he is uneducated, and if he does crime, yes, they may be minor crimes, relatively. But if a person is educated and he is immoral, he is much more dangerous to the society. And that is what we are seeing today. What problem we are facing today in society, in the nation, is not because of lack of education, not because lack of earnings. It is because lack of morality. So therefore, to conclude, I would like to say that morality is a must. If not, person catches rust and society goes to dust. So do not let your emotions to burst and make you the worst, but be someone whom people can trust. And this trust comes from morality. If we can trust each other, that means the other person and myself are moral. The foundation for trust is morality. The foundation for faith on each other is morality. The foundation for respect for each other is morality. And if you are not respectful to each other, if you don't have faith on each other, it only means that we are not moral. Simple, straightforward. So therefore, all of you who have come here today, I hope that you understand and appreciate the importance of morality, and therefore you will practice yourself and encourage others, your friends, your relatives, to practice this morality, which is the foundation for our peace, progress, and prosperity. So let us all practice morality for our own good, for our own benefit, and for the good and benefit of all others around us. With that, I conclude. May you all be well and happy. Bhavatu Sabha.